material topics that perhaps you can go through, and later on you can just confirm and elaborate more with Dr. Marina, whereby in the consumption theories, you can see from the syllabus that we discussed about 6 theories, yeah, from perspective of Keynes, yeah, and second one from the perspective of Franco Modigliani, yeah, about the life cycle hypothesis, yeah, from Milton Friedman's, yeah, about the permanent income hypothesis, and also we had discussed as well last time about the theory from and David Lepson, the pool of instant gratifications. So all of these consumption theories basically try to elaborate how the customer, the household, or the human being behave, yeah, in the midst of certain conditions. Yeah, for example, when the income increases, the consumption will increase. Yeah, but perhaps this theory may not be applicable with the other perspective. For example, in terms of the life cycle hypothesis, from the Modigliani, he said about the income seems to be volatile following the cycle of human being, for example. So actually, very interesting discussion that you will listen to Dr. Marina, and you are open for discussions after she presented around maybe 30 minutes. And with that, Dr. Marina, I'd like to give the Zoom screen to you, Dr. Marina. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dimas. Okay, so hi everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening, guys. So I'm happy to see you all here today by our 15 guest lecture series for applied macroeconomics course, which is our topics about theory of consumption. Okay, my name is Dr. Nur Marina Abdul Manap, and you can call me Dr. Marina. I'm from School of Economics, Finance and Banking at Universiti Utara Malaysia, UUM. So how are you guys? Are you fine?
Fine,
all right. So hope all of you in good health and stay safe. So today I would like to share and discuss about theory of consumption in macroeconomic side. So before I start, can I request something, guys? Can you please prepare for me A4 papers and pen for our activities in our lecture. So before start, student, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of this lecture series. So Dr. Dimas, actually I need to switch off my video because my internet connection are not stable when I switch on the video. Can I, Dr. Dimas?
Yes, carry on, doctor.
Sorry, yeah. So now we start. Wait, I'll share my slide. Okay, can you see, guys, my slide? Students, can you see my slide?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
All right. Okay, this is UUM. Okay, this is Universiti Utara Malaysia, the green campus. Okay, so now we proceed with our lecture. Okay, this is our lecture outline. Sorry, this is our lecture outline. So the theory of consumption, based on Dr. Dimas give me the syllabus for applied macroeconomics, it consists the Keynesian consumption function, which is by Keynesian, and life cycle hypothesis by Franco Modigliani, and permanent income hypothesis by Milton Friedman, random walk hypothesis, and then intertemporal choice and instant gratification. This is all the theory of consumption. So before we focus on the specific theories, So first we learn about the basic concept of consumption. So there is a differences. There is some difference between consumer expenditure and also consumption. Okay, what is consumer expenditure? Consumer expenditure is a situation which is the act of purchasing a good and services, while the consumption is actually because this one. Okay, while the consumption is actually the act of deriving a flow of benefits from the usage of goods and also services. So for consumer expenditure, okay, we have durable goods and also non-durable goods. So students, can you give some example? What is durable goods? Example, anyone? What is durable goods? Rian, Davala, Adisana, anyone? What is durable goods?
Like electronic stuff.
Electronic stuff, furniture, right?
Yeah.
So durable goods is actually a tangible product that can withstand the rest of times. So the goods that can be used for many times, for example, cars, furniture, consumer electronics, and jewelry. So non-durable goods, what? What is the non-durable goods? So non-durable goods is the consumable goods with limited lifespan. So the goods that can be used only once and lost the ability to function after the first use. For example, like foods, cosmetics, clothes, and shoes, example, okay? So these two concepts will be identical only if goods and services were consumed at the same time they are purchased. But it also can, however, if a goods can be stored and used repeatedly over a period time, like durable goods, then the good continues to be consumed after the act of the purchase it. And based on this situation, consumption and consumer expenditure do not occur at the same times, like durable goods like furnitures, like electronic appliance, okay, is a long lifespan goods, okay. So according to the, based on expenditure method on GDP calculation, okay, Froyen has found that, Froyen 2001 has found that household consumption expenditure account for approximately 2/3 of gross national product, which is consumption. Household consumption contributes higher to GNP for all countries. And then this statement is supported by Chamberlain and Yue 2006, where according to this author, okay, this author also agree that consumer expenditure by household on goods and services represent the largest part of the aggregate demands. Okay, we can see this figure. Okay. Okay, this figure. Okay, this one is figure 1 and figure 2. Figure 1 and figure 2 illustrate total consumption and total population for Malaysia and also Indonesia from year 2000 until 2020. So according to the figure 1, it shows that the total consumption for both Malaysia and also Indonesia, shows an increasing trend, okay, from year 2000 until 2020, where total consumption for Indonesia is much more higher, okay, compared to total consumption for Malaysia. Okay, because of what? Because of the impact of total populations. Okay, we can see that the total population for Indonesia is much more higher compared to total population for Malaysia. Okay, according to the World Bank data, okay, World Bank has find out that total population for Indonesia in year 2020 is about 273.5 million. Compared to Malaysia, just 32.3 million. So it shows that total consumption is actually based on the total population of certain countries. Okay, this statement is actually supported by Francisco and Lawrence, where according to this author, it shows that higher population will increase the total value of household consumption. Okay, next. Okay, this one is the theories of consumption, which is Keynes, from Keynes consumption function. Okay, we have 6 theories of consumption. Okay, first is Keynes consumption function, and then we have intertemporal choice from Irving Fisher, life cycle hypothesis from Franco Modigliani, permanent income from Milton Friedman, random walk hypothesis from Hall, and also pool of instant gratification from Leibson. So we go one by one. So now, first we go to Keynesian consumption function. Okay, this one is the Keynesian consumption function, or the short form is a KCF, but no KFC. Okay, this is a KCF. Okay, the Keynesian consumption function, also known as absolute income hypothesis. Okay, we also known as absolute income hypothesis. So what is the main determinants of household consumption? Okay, the main determinants of household consumption is your current income and also your expectation about future income. For example, okay, I give you example. Assume you are working with a multinational company like Axiata Group, and then your current income is like, let's say, $5,000 in 2021. And then assume that your total consumption for 2021 is $3,000. This is just an assumption. Okay, now assume your career target for promotion as manager in 2023, which is 2 years after 2021. And your expected future income, which is this here, expectation about future income. Okay, so your expected future income is, let's say assume $9,000. So what happened to your expected consumption in 2023? Okay, logically, when your income increase, logically, your consumption also will increase. So in 2023, your expected consumption will also increase. Okay, logically. So this one is the consumption function equation. Okay, C is equal to A plus CY, okay, where A is the autonomous consumption, C is marginal propensity to consume, which is MPC, and Y is aggregate income. Okay, let's we see the detail about this consumption. Okay, okay. First, this one is the marginal propensity to consume, which is MPC. Okay, MPC. What is MPC? MPC shows the relationship between changes. Okay, changes in consumption and also changes in income. Okay, so MPC also represent the slope of consumption curve. So if MPC increase, consumption will increase. Okay, this one is the assumption. If MPC increase, consumption will increase. But I can prove that the statement is true. Okay, we go to the example. This one, consumption 1 and also consumption 2. So we go to this first consumption 1. Okay, we assume that consumption 1 function is 600 plus 0.3y, which is our first MPC is 0.3, and our income, okay, is 10,000. So calculate the consumption 1. So you just slot in 10,000 in Y. So you will get 3,600 in consumption 1. Then we assume that the MPC increase from 0.3 to 0.5 here. So we slot in 10,000, which is others is we consider as constant, not change. Okay, we only change MPC. Okay, now we change the MPC from 0.3 to 0.5. the income is still stagnant, constant, which is 10,000. Then you just load in 10,000 in this Y, then you calculate, then you will get this one is C2, yeah? It's not C1, okay? This one is C2, okay? C2 is actually 5,600. So I can prove it. If MPC increase from 0.3 to 0.5, the consumption also will increase from 3,600 to 5,600. So it's not just the assumption, okay? I can prove in terms of calculation, okay? So understand? And understand the statement, if MPC increase, consumption will increase, because I prove it by numbers, okay? It's not just an assumption only. Okay, so we can see now we see the consumption function graphic. Okay, this one is the Keynesian consumption function curve. Okay, the y-axis is the consumption. This one is income. Okay, so this one is C0, C1. Okay, so the level, the slope, this one MPC also represent the slope of consumption curve. This one is the consumption curve. Okay, MPC represent the slope of consumption curve, where changes in consumption divide by changes in income. Y is income, C is total consumption, A is autonomous consumption, which is not depend on income. Autonomous consumption are not depend on income. Okay, so the level of autonomous consumption determine when the consumption function intersect the vertical axis, and anything that leads to a change in A would lead to change in the consumption function. Oh, I forgot. Okay, there is a lot in details. Okay, okay. This is before this we discussed about marginal propensity to consume. Yes. So now we go to the this one is just question one. Just if the question give you the consumption equation, then the question asks you to find MPS. Okay, marginal propensity to saving. So you need to calculate. So before we go to this question, wait. Okay. We learn what is actually marginal propensity to saving, MPS. MPS shows the relationship between changes in saving and also changes in income. Okay, which is, this one is MPS, okay? I'm wrong in this is needs some correction. This is not MPC, actually this is MPS, is the slope of saving. If MPS increase, saving also will increase. So this is the question, okay? Let's say the question give you the consumption equation, which is 600 plus 0.3y. So then the question asks you find the value of MPS. So how to calculate the MPS? You need to know that MPC, marginal propensity to consume, plus marginal propensity to saving is equal to 1. So this one, MPC is equal to 0.3. Plus MPS, you don't know the value of the MPS, is then equal to 1. How to find the MPS? 1, you need to minus 0.3, then you get MPS equal to 0.7. Okay, so next we go to autonomous consumption. Okay, what is autonomous consumption? Autonomous consumption is the consumption which is undertaken independently of income, which is not depend on income. Okay, regardless of income, a household need to make a certain subsistence expenditure, such as wealth, inheritance, gift, okay, or stocks of financial asset, which is the autonomous consumption is not depend on your income, your wage. Okay, it's depend on others, like wealth, like inheritance, like present, like the stock of financial asset. Okay, that types of income. So now, Okay, we have finished the Keynesian consumption function without it is just income, not disposable income. So now we go to quiz. Okay, we go to quiz. So students, you need to do this task. Okay, I give you around 3 minutes to complete this task. Okay, you are given the following information, which is C, consumption is equal to 2000 plus 0.48y. So based on this above information equation, first draw the Keynesian consumption function curve. Okay, we have learned before, okay, Keynesian consumption function curve. So assume, next question, assume that autonomous consumption increase from 2000 to 3500. We assume, okay, A increase from 2000 to 3500. Then you need to draw new Keynesian consumption function curve. This is actually very easy question, okay? Okay, then the third question, if marginal propensity to saving, MPS, increase to 0.6, then calculate new marginal propensity to consume, okay, and draw the consumption curve. So I give you around 3 minutes, okay, and then do this task and we will discuss after this. I will call name and show your answer, okay. We share the answer and we will discuss together, okay. You can start now for 3 minutes, okay.
Okay, students, please prepare the paper and your pencil or pen. Please do solve these 3 questions. And Dr. Marina, just now I have already informed the students to get ready. And even I request the student to fully take attentions to the discussions, because Dr. Marina will have conversation with the students by giving the quiz, and also questions, and also in the end of the presentations, I request the students to have Q&A session with you for clarification, justification, or maybe explanation more about your presentations. So please, students, solve these 3 questions quickly. And then if you can set the camera on, it would be better, so we can notice that you give full attention to the class today. Please, students. So you have 2 minutes left.
Maybe we can hear some song.
Please, doctor, please.
All right, sorry. Okay, students, have you finished? Student, have you finished? Can you show me the answers? Okay, can I, Winda Damayanti, have you finished? Can you show me your answer? Winda? Jasreem, anyone?
Okay, brothers, sisters, please show the works. I wish that you can prepare your paper and your pen, and please solve the questions given by Dr. Marina, just to ensure that you understand and you follow this discussion smoothly. Even though the answer is not that good, or you maybe wrongly, it's no problem. So importantly, you respond and you show, and maybe you may discuss, and then you can ask if you feel that you're not quite confident to answer. Please, doesn't matter.
It's
okay, Rian, please, Rian, are you there, Rian? Dafala?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Where is your face, Rian? Rian, yes. Rian. Can you just ask the first question? Only first question first, perhaps. How much?
Maybe can show the answer. It doesn't matter if you did wrong.
I cannot find the solution.
You cannot find the solution. Anyone? If okay, never mind. I will show you the answer. Okay, never mind. Okay, answer. Okay. So the first this is okay, the first question, draw the Keynesian consumption function curve. So okay, the first we need to see the consumption curve. The autonomous consumption is 2000, and the MPC or consumption curve slope is 0.48. So
sorry, doctor, your slide is not
sorry. I'm not sharing my slide. Sorry. Is it okay? Okay, can you see my slide? Okay, this one. Okay, we can see that our autonomous consumption is 2000. So the Keynesian consumption function is this red line. Okay, 2000 plus 0.48y. So this one, the red line is a Keynesian consumption function curve. Okay, the next, that's why I said before, the question is easy actually. Okay, you just draw the curve. Okay, next, assume the autonomous consumption increase from 2000 to 3500. Okay, which is with the assumption that others value are constant, not change. So draw new Keynesian consumption function curve. So this one, the yellow line, C1, 3500 plus 0.48y. Okay, and we can see that the slope is same. Okay, because the MPC is same, not changed. But it different for the third question. If marginal propensity to saving MPS increase to 0.6, okay, so calculate new marginal propensity to consume and draw the consumption curve. So here, MPC, before this, we have learned that MPC plus MPS equal to 1. Then the third question, just change the MPC from 0.48 to 0.6. Sorry, MPS. Okay, MPS the question gives MPS is equal to 0.6. So find the new MPC. So 1 minus 0.6, then you get the new MPC, which is 0.4. Okay, the autonomous is still the same, which is 3,500. So it's not changed. The changes is only on MPC. So we can see that the slope is different. Okay, the slope is different with the previous consumption function curve slope because we have changed the MPC. Okay, before this, we get what 0.52. Our MPS is actually 0.52. Okay, the MPC is 0.48. Then the MPC reduce, okay, decrease from 0.48 to 0.4. So the slope of the consumption function also different. So according to this theory, a change in the MPC will change the slope of the consumption function. Okay, the slope only change when MPC change. Okay, when autonomous consumption change, it doesn't change the slope of consumption function. It's just shift the consumption function curve. But if the MPC change, so the slope need to change the types of the steepens of the consumption curve. Okay, according to the theory, an increase in MPC will steepen the consumption curve, but a decrease in MPC will flatten the consumption curve. So we can see that the green line, we can see the consumption function is much more flatter compared to previous one, compared to red and also yellow line, because of the decreasing in MPC. Okay, decrease in MPC will flatter the consumption curve. This is based on Keynesian consumption function theory. Okay, so students understand? This is the simple question actually. Okay, basic. Okay, next, this one is also a Keynesian consumption function, but with disposable income. Okay, it's different. Before this is not a disposable income, but this one is a disposable income. So household income, okay, can come from various sources. Okay, can come from wage, our wage, can come from saving. Okay, our income can come from rent from any types of property, dividends from any equity. Okay, so when economics, certain countries, when economics perform well, so household income will increase and it will cause unemployment falls because more people are working. Because when economic perform well, the production will increase. When production increase, so the firm need more workers. When firm or company or manufacturing sector need more workers, so it will cause unemployment problem will falls. Okay, because of a very good performance of economics in any countries. Okay, actually household more concerned on disposable income. Okay, so what is actually disposable income? Okay, disposable income is income that a household can actually use. Either you want to save or you want to spend, and then it's based on disposable income is when your income need to minus tax, lump sum tax, this one. So before this, just consumption equal to autonomous consumption plus CY only, but this one is YD. YD is disposable income, which is income need to minus tax, okay, lump sum tax. So we see the example to make it clear. Okay, this one is the example. Okay, example, you are giving the following information. Let's say the consumption function is C equal to 4,500 plus 0.25 YD. Okay, 0.25 is MPC. Okay, T is equal to 300. And then we assume Y is income, T is tax, okay? Y is 3,000. Okay, we assume that our income is 3,000. It's just assumption. So based on the above information, okay, let's say the question asks you to calculate the value of consumption. Okay, you have information about consumption function, this one. You have information about tax, T, 300, and you have information about income, 3,000. So you just need to calculate the value of consumption. So how to calculate? So this one, calculate the value of consumption. Okay, this one, C equal to 4,500 plus 0.25 YD, which is YD is Y minus T. Okay, so Y is equal to 3,000. Tax given by 300, so 3,000 is your income. Okay, previously Y, they give you Y 3,000, and then the question give you tax is 300. So Y minus T, 3,000, you need to minus tax 300, then you get 2,700. Then you need to times 0.25, which is MPC. Okay, 2,700 times 2.25, then you get 675. Then you plus your autonomous consumption, which is 4,500. Then you will get a total consumption is 5,175. So easy to calculate the total value of consumption. Okay, for this one, for the first question, students, you understand, or any question or not understand, you can ask me. It's okay. It's can you understand? This is just a simple one. Okay, Y minus T tax. Okay, so no question. So we go to the second question. We assume that government increased tax. So when government increased tax from 300 to 500, then you need to calculate the new consumption value. Okay, as we know, okay, when tax increase, okay, so the income that you can use to consume will decrease, will reduce. Okay, I can show the proof, the impact of increasing tax to the consumption. Increase in tax will cause the consumption will reduce. Okay, so the answer, this one, you just need to calculate, assume government increased tax from 300 to 500, then calculate the new consumption value. This one, just Y minus T, Y is 3,000 given by equation. 500, this one, the new tax, 500. So 3,000 minus 500, then you get 2,500. You times MPC 0.25, then you get 625. And you get the total consumption is 5,125. So it's proof that increase in tax, okay, by government from 300 to 500 will cause the consumption will reduce from 5,175 to 5,125 ringgit. So the impact of tax to the consumption will reduce the consumption. Increase in tax will reduce the consumption. Okay. As we know, tax is one of the fiscal policy tools. Okay, fiscal policy tools, which is we implement when what? Expansionary fiscal policy, or when we increase tax. Is it expansionary fiscal policy or contractionary fiscal policy? When we increase tax. Students?
Please respond, students. Any idea?
Any idea?
Contractionary or expansionary fiscal policy when the government increased the tax?
When government increased tax, is it expansionary or contractionary? Increase tax. So when increased tax, anyone? Okay, when we increase tax, when government increase tax, it will cause our consumption reduce. Automatically, we will cause the GDP will also decrease. So it's actually what? Contractionary fiscal policy, which is it's implement when countries face inflation problems. Okay, too high, the economics, the price is too high. So government need to contract the economics so that the economic back to stable. Okay, so government will implement contractionary by increasing tax so that the consumption reduce, the Y will reduce, price will reduce, so the economics will stable. Okay, okay, Dr. Dimas.
Yes, doctor. So we have around maybe next 15 minutes, doctor, to for the presentations.
Oh, 15 minutes. Okay. Actually, a lot of slides. Never mind. I will.
Okay.
Maybe we can. Because I have a many.
You can proceed, doctor, but just maybe just overview the slide.
Because
You
actually,
just proceed the sequence in sequence.
Yeah, because I have actually game. Okay, it's very interesting game. But my slides almost 38 slide. So never mind.
Okay, just proceed, doctor.
Okay, sorry, Dr. Dimas. Okay, this one. Okay, never mind. So I skip the quiz. So no quiz. Okay. Okay, never mind. No quiz. So we go to life cycle hypothesis. Okay. Actually, the permanent income and life cycle hypothesis is have the same objective, which is the objective households trying to maximize their lifetime utility, which is welfare. So it's related with the optimal consumption model. Okay, this one is the optimal consumption model. This optimal consumption model is describe how consumers should choose the path of consumption over time. So it's subject to the resource constraint in order to maximize their lifetime utility. And also these two theories applying utility maximizing behavior to consumption choices over time. So we have these two theory. Okay, we have two period of time, which is period 1 is a current period and period 2 is a future period. Where objective of the household is to choose a consumption plan for each period, which is consumption 1 for period 1 and consumption 2 for period 2 that maximize its total lifetime utility. So we have two parts to identify. First is the intertemporal budget constraint. Okay, based on this one, okay, intertemporal budget constraint, we have three characteristics, okay, which is income in each period is given by income in period 1 and period 2. And then household can transfer income across period by borrowing and lending freely. And then the household must reach end of period 2 without leaving any debts, okay. So given the income stream, which is income in period 1 and income in period 2, a household can increase if either current consumption if it's prepared to consume less in the future consumption. Okay, if you want to increase your consumption in period 1, so your consumption in period 2 will be less, okay, compared to period 1. Or a household can consume less in current consumption. In period 1, you consume less. In period 2, you consume more. So you can choose either one. Consume more in period 1, less in period 2, or consume more in period 2, less in period 1. So this one we can see the equation of intertemporal budget constraint. This one is the intertemporal budget constraint. Okay, I just skip this. Okay, sorry. This one is the intertemporal budget constraint. This one is the present discounted value of consumption. Okay, we need to divide. The left hand side is the present discounted value of consumption. The right hand side is the present discount value of income. This side is income, and this side is consumption. So according to this equation, present discounted value of consumption, this side cannot be exceeded the present discounted value of income. So consumption cannot exceed the the income. Okay, so the consumption will be okay. Okay, so next, this one is the figure. Okay, this one is budget constraint. Okay, so period 1, the maximum the household can spend is this one, which is use all this household spend all of its period 1 income and borrow all of its period 2 income to spend for current year. So what is actually this one? How to explain this one? This one is actually, we go to the example. Let's say use current income to purchase usual consumption expenditure. Okay, your usual consumption expenditure, let's say 3,000. Okay, for usual consumption. Plus use then you use credit card. Let's say you use at period 1, let's say 2021, you use your credit card to buy all luxury goods. Your November income you use to buy usual consumption, and then you use your credit card to buy all luxury goods where the cost is equal to your next period income. So you use your credit card, you swipe your credit card equal to your wage in December. Okay, this is the most worst consumption spending because you use all your income plus that. Okay, so it's exceeded the current period of income. So the period 2 is the maximum household can spend is this one. This one is the period 2, where by spending nothing in the first period. So in November you not spend you spend nothing, then you the wage, then you save your wage to bank. Okay, you save you increase your saving, deposit all its income in the bank. So after interest, there will be an additional amount, okay, and available for the second period of income to spend more. Okay, this one is much more better compared to this one. Okay, so this one is what? This one is the calculation. It's just the period 1 calculation. Okay, so let's say the household receive income 5,000, which is Y1 5,000. If household choose to consume a level of 2,500, so how many what is the total value of your saving? So you just minus it and you get 2,500. So saving can be negative because consumer can consume more than their current income and they can borrow money from bank. Okay, but household must clear their debt at the end of the period 2. Okay, at the second period of consumption. Okay, this one is for period 1. For period 2, this one, okay, we have saving positive and also we have saving negative. What is saving positive? Where your consumption is less than your income. Okay, this one consumption is 3,000, your income is 5,000. Okay, then you calculate by using this equation. Then you get your consumption in period 2 is 8,800. So you increase the resources available for consumption because you have more income in period 1 to be consumed in period 2. So at period 2 you can consume more, which is the total amount for consumption in period 2 is 8,800. But if the household have negative saving, which is the consumption in period 1 is more than the income in period 1. Okay, so we can see that the consumption 5,000, the income is 3,000, which is consumption is more than income. So we calculate the consumption for period 2, then we get 4,400. So it means that you can consume less. If you get less saving, then you need to consume less in the second period. Okay, this one. Okay, next is okay, this is the household preferences. Okay, household preferences. This is based on the total utility function period model. Okay, never mind, I skip this one. Okay, so we go to the life cycle hypothesis. Okay, the life cycle hypothesis, we have the household is assumed to desire a constant consumption flow. Okay, according to the assumption, the consumption function implied this one. This is the equation for the life cycle theory of consumption. C is the consumption in time period T. And this one, okay, 1 divided by T is a constant proportion. YT1 is the household income in current time period. This one is the average annual income expected over the future. We can see the detail in the example. And 80 is the value of presently held asset. So we can see the figure, this one. Okay, because the life cycle hypothesis account for the dependence of consumption and saving behavior on the household position in the life cycle, which is when you are a young worker and new entering the labor force, okay, you have relatively low incomes and low saving rate, okay, because you are new entrants, okay, in the labor markets. So when you are new entrants in labor markets, so you have a lot, generally you have low incomes and also low saving rate. So as income rise, okay, in middle age years, saving rate will also increase, okay, normally. And when the retirement, when it comes to retirement years, it brings a fall in income and might be expected to begin a period having negative saving rate. So we can see the figure. This is the figure for the life cycle hypothesis, which is a life cycle hypothesis split into 3 periods, okay, period 1, 2, and also 3. Period 1 and 3 we known as this saving. Period 2 is saving, okay, income, consumption. Okay, period 1, this one is at young age, okay, new entrance, which is maybe a little or no income is earned, okay, young age or new entrance in labor markets. The period 2 is a long period of working life, okay, maybe from your age from let's say 24 years old until 60, okay, this is long period of working life. So income tends to rise with experience and seniority. Maybe when you're new entrance, you get your income to $1,000 USD. When 60, maybe your or 50, your age 58, your income maybe rise to, let's say, $8,000 USD. Okay, so income tends to rise with your experience and also seniority. However, in period 3, so it's retirement years after 60, so it's retirement years, and income will drop to nothing or near to zero. Okay, if a household could smooth consumption by borrowing and saving while young, as example, investing in pension plan during working life, is very good. It's a beneficial in terms of the household welfare. So it's very important if the workers invest in terms of let's say in terms of pension plan to secure their retirement income. Okay, this is just because we have a constraint in terms of time, so I just skip this. Okay, this one is just to show low income families and also high income families, because conclusion this one, so it says that the higher income families consume a smaller proportion of income with lower APC. Okay, higher income families, a smaller proportion of income. Okay, we can see that the low income families, the proportion of income, this one for low income families, the proportion of income is 0.88 compared to high income families 0.5, which is low income family, the proportion is much more higher compared to high income families. Also the asset held, okay, 4.75, but for high income countries is just the proportion is just 3.25. So it will give an impact to the APC, average propensity to consume, for both low income families and high income families, we can see the difference because the APC for higher income families with a lower proportion of income, okay, the high income families APC will much be lower compared to low income family, which is 0.56 for high income families and low income families 0.92. Okay, because the proportion of income is much more higher, this one, compared to high income families. And APC also much more lower. How to calculate the APC? How to calculate the APC is just this one. Okay, APC, how to calculate? You just slot in. Okay, 0.72 Y1T 0.5, just slot in 0.5, and then this one 0.06 you times 3.25, then you plus the value, then you get 0.56. This one is the APC. Okay, 0.56. The same also for low income families. So the important conclusion is just this one. The smaller proportion of income with lower APC is for high income families, okay, compared to low income families in terms of APC and also proportion of income. And for the permanent income hypothesis, okay, this is introduced by Milton Friedman. Okay, it's expected average long-term income from wealth. Okay, where expected labor income and expected earning from asset holding. This one, the equation for Friedman consumption function. Okay, YP is the permanent income. Okay, K is the factor of proportionality. Okay, according to the Friedman, consumption is determined by permanent income and transitory income. Okay, which is we can rewrite as this equation. And actually, the permanent income hypothesis is based on J. What is J? Okay, J is the fraction of the permanent income. Okay, we can see the example. This is the example. Okay, we suppose that J is equal to 0.4. Then coming into 2021, we assume that individual estimate his permanent income to be 30,000. This one. Okay, permanent income we estimate. Okay, but actual income in 2031 turned out to be 40,000. This one is just assumption. Okay, when you enter the labor market at 2021 and you assume that your permanent income may be just 30,000. But when you entering labor market, then you know that your actual income is actually much more higher, which is 40,000. So, how to calculate the permanent income? This one, you just slot in the value based on this equation. Okay, 30,000 is the previous estimate of permanent income. This one is just the estimate income, which is as I said before, when you in 2021 at the first year January you entering a labor market, then you assume that your wage is 30,000. Then this one is just assumption. 0.40 is a fraction of permanent income, which is they give you 0.40. And YT is this one, YT minus YPT. This one is the actual income that you get when you entering labor market, which is 40,000. You minus 30,000 and you get 10,000. Okay, you times 0.4, you get 4,000. Then your permanent income is 34,000. Okay, this is the calculation for the permanent income based on permanent income hypothesis theory. Okay, so this one is game. Okay, you can try playing game. Maybe it's you know, maybe you can try. Okay,
we can share the link in the chat, doctor, first.
Yeah, yes, can wait. Okay, this one, maybe guys you can scan. Can you scan this one?
Oh.
Okay, scan and play. Okay. Okay. Can scan. Dr. Dimas also can play the game.
yeah, I have scanned mine.
Can you open the link?
Yeah, I am opening now. Okay, entering my name.
Yeah, then I will share the result.
Okay, I'm joining now.
Okay. Students, have you scanned? Or I need to share wait. I share the link.
Can you show the player, Doctor?
Yeah.
How many students have joined?
Okay, yeah, I can, because they need to complete the game first. Then
I see.
you can see this one, the result by student.
Yeah.
Yeah. So student, you just need to play this game and your name will appear here. Come, let's play. It's enjoy. It's a Pac-Man actually. You know Pac-Man game?
Okay, I'm now joining. I'm now playing the games.
Is it interesting, Dr. Dimas? It's actually very
Yeah. Now I'm not here.
Student, have you played?
Sorry, doctor, can you show the barcode again?
Okay, can. Wait, okay.
So, Doctor, one we have already here. There are some words, isn't it? With the main determinant of household consumption, there are so many options. So, how I choose the correct answer?
Yeah, you need to choose the correct answer. Then there is a question about calculation. Then you need to calculate fast and find the answer.
Yeah, once I have found the answer, so how I choose the right answer? Because here there are some I don't know, click touch screen or how?
Okay.
Difficult to
Okay,
explain.
I show how to play. Is it? Okay, wait. Like this, Dr. Dimas, you just
Yeah. Then here I click start.
Okay. Then
Okay, I click start. Yes, okay. Then already here opens, and then here I stuck here. So how I choose the right answer?
Use arrow in your laptop. Right, left, up, down. If you use your handphone, use your fingers.
So I direct the red one and go to the right answer.
Yes.
Oh.
Just choose the correct answer.
I see.
Yeah. It's very interesting actually.
My thinking is I just double click direct answer as no effect.
No, you need to use the key arrow in your laptop.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, right, left, up, and down.
Yeah.
Students,
I'm already done, Miss.
You have already done, yeah. Wait, I will see the answer. The score. Wait, where is it? Right. Okay.
I think difficult to use handphone, doctor. Yeah, better to use laptop. Yeah. I difficult to direct the red one to go to the right answer.
But student nowadays, their fingers is okay compared to us. they're playing. Wow! Oh. Why you are not use your name? You bisa you. Okay, it's actually a very interesting game. Okay, I actually developed various games also, Dr. Dimas, in terms of business economics game. Maybe I can share you later. Maybe you can share with your students just to raise their what to say, they're what interested in
Yeah.
study maybe. Okay, Dr. Dimas, have you finished?
Okay, Doctor. If you want to continue the presentation, you still have around 10 minutes. But if you feel that it is enough for a while, maybe I will pass to the student to raise a question and answer.
Maybe can raise question and answer, because there is no more slide. You just UUM video, corporate video
Sessions.
yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, thank you, Dr. Marina, for very interesting and enlightening presentations. And I'm actually enjoying indeed your presentation, Doctor, because you show not only just the theoretical part, but also the technical parts, the calculation, how to ensure the student understood the flow of the presentation previously. So now, I pass to the students. Please, 1 or 2 students. We still have around 5 to 10 minutes to maybe elaborate more about the presentation by Dr. Marina. Okay, students, please raise your hands and raise the question, please. Any questions? Okay, I will just call perhaps Brother Rafif. Rafif, are you there, Rafif?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please turn on the camera, Rafif, and then raise a question to Dr. Marina.
I have turned on the camera, sir.
Yeah, where's Rafif? Okay, Rafif.
Okay, I have a
Okay, Rafif.
question regarding the Keynesian economics. In the Keynesian economics, it is believed that using a mixed economy is good for the country. But is it really better than the classic economy, like the only government that rules it, or is it better to have a mixed economy? I think that's my question.
Okay,
So the question is it Keynesian is better than classical? Is it, Rafi? The question, your question?
No. My question is using mixed economy better than just using the government only rule?
Oh, okay. Based on mixed economics, for me, it's actually the mixed economic is much more better compared to the government interference only. Okay, because in economics we have private firms, we have entrepreneurs. So when government interference to the both for businesses and also in terms of private firms, so maybe these private firms maybe cannot maximize their profits because they need to follow the government rules, okay, in terms of tax, okay, maybe in terms of policy, in terms of how many products the private firm can produce. So there's a lot of constraint, okay, if the countries only depend on the government-based economics, okay, compared to the mixed economics. So private sector especially can decide their own capacity to produce how many products, to maximize their profits, and actually can enhance the country's economic growth, okay, compared to the government base. It's just follow the government rules and government decide how many private or manufacturing sector need to produce. Is very it is actually a constraint to the private firm because they have a very high cost, okay, to produce products. Okay, so they need to produce more with the minimized cost and to maximize their profits. Okay, so for me, the answer is yeah. Dr. Jimal, I can hear.
Yeah. So this the answer from Dr. Marina, Rafif, that whether Keynesian or classical theory, actually, we must focus on the how the economic is flowing. Yeah, the economic is going on. Of course, we have weaknesses, we have strength in some of the approaches that we mentioned before. But importantly is how to ensure that the economy is going on and promoted, and it will share the benefit to all human beings. It means that between government and markets, they are in line or in parallel, not in contrast. Yeah. So all together, they may work together. Yeah. So in the end, they may create a value added in the economy. Okay, Rafif, I wish that Dr. Marina's answer is fine for you.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Doctor.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, the last one question I will ask one sister, Nuha. Nuha, are you still there, Nuha?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, please, Nuha, could you please raise a questions to doctor?
Okay, doctor. I have one question. So my question is, can Keynesian economics be used during a recession?
Can what? Not clear?
Oh, my question is, can Keynesian economics can be used during a recession?
Can be used during
relaxation?
During recession.
Economic recessions.
Yeah, during a recession.
Oh, can Keynesian theory used for economic recession?
Yeah.
Is it? The answer is actually can. Okay, because Keynesian theory, okay, we have disposable income. Before this, we have calculated the disposable income, which is income minus tax. And as we know, tax is one of the fiscal policy tools. Okay, when recession occur, so we need government or central bank need to boost back the economy. Okay, the government need to boost back economics, need to expand the economic. So let's say tax, okay? Tax is one of the policy tools when government want to boost the economics because of recession problems. So government need to reduce tax. When tax reduce, so the income, the proportion of income is much more higher compared to the previous tax, previous income. Okay, so the household can consume more, to spend more. So the economic activities will much more active. So it will help the economics to recover the recession problems and enhance back the growth of the country economics. Okay, have I answered your question?
Oh, okay, doctor. Thank you for the answer.
Because the Keynesian theory, because we know that the Keynesian theory is based on disposable income, which is income minus tax, and you need to know that tax is one of the fiscal policy tools. Okay.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Dr. Marina and all the students, I do believe that Dr. Marina still have so many idea and want to present many things in mind. But the time is very limited, unfortunately, and I do swear that Dr. Marina will teach or maybe will continue the activities in the UUM. But overall, from Dr. Marina's presentation, we can get some information, actually, sisters and brothers, that the consumption theory is very interesting, yeah, in looking at the behavior of the income, how the people behave in regard on the income, actually. Yeah. Since then, if from the theoretical point of view, you can see so many theories that has been posed, yeah, And from first one, for example, if I may summarize from Dr. Marina presentations, that the first theory is about Keynesian consumption theory, whereby this theory emphasize the role of the income. Yeah, the role of the income here in promoting the consumption's amount. Yeah, and the second one is the Fisher theory. Yeah, the Fisher theory as well, whereby this Fisher theory divides the consumers into the current and future consumptions. Yeah, so this current and future consumptions is combined, and then it will influence to what extent the level of consumption of the people, yeah, whereby the future is influenced by the current income. Yeah, so this is just the brief summary from Dr. Marina's. And then the third one is about Modigliani consumption. Yeah, it's very interesting as well, whereby Modigliani hypothesis, if I may say, that income varies systematically over a lifetime. It means that the income of the people is moving up and down based on the period of lifetime. When you are young, yeah, you are maybe prefer to save your money and convert it into wealth. Yeah, and then when you are old, yeah, you converted back your wealth into your income in order to preserve your standard of consumption. Yeah. And the fourth one about the Friedman's theory about permanent income hypothesis, whereby Friedman says consumption depends mainly on permanent income. Yeah, not transitory income, but permanent income. Yeah. And the last two hypotheses coming from, if I may just a little bit share to you, is whole. Yeah, I guess Dr. Marina has already prepared, but the time is very limited. But the whole random walk hypothesis mentioned about changes in consumption are unpredictable. Yeah, occur only in response to unanticipated changes in expected permanent incomes. Yeah, so it means that the random walk hypothesis is influenced by rational expectations. Yeah, so this rational expectation will influence the expected income in the future, and it will make some unpredictable changes in consumption. Yeah. And the last one is about Liapson, yeah, the pool of instant gratifications. So this theory try to emphasize that the gratifications, yeah, causes people to save less than they rationally know they should. It means that the customer behave, yeah, respond gratifications by consume more, yeah, consume more. So all in all, my dear students, yeah, that the current theories that Dr. Marina has mentioned actually is how you as the student can maybe analyze and examine in detail about how the people behave, yeah, on their income, yeah, and then transform into the consumption based on the different conditions or perspective. Yeah, so it means that the consumption level that the people can consume is not merely because of the income itself, but also influenced by many factors. Yeah, including our age, yeah, our period of life, yeah, and other factors. So hopefully by listening from Dr. Marina, you are more understood, yeah, and then you are more eligible to understand what actually the theory of consumption are all about. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Marina, before we end the discussions, actually, perhaps you want to give closing remark, Doctor, or advice perhaps to all students here?
just want to thanks for this session, okay, sharing session to all UMY students. Dr. Dimas also thank you for the this opportunity to sharing with all UMY students. Okay, so this one is just my first experience actually, okay, for this sharing session.
Okay, Doctor. And on the behalf of our department, Dr. Marina, Economics Department, Faculty of Economics and Business, Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta, we would like also express our deep thanks and appreciation for your valuable times, sharing your thoughts, your humble experience and knowledge to our students. And hopefully the student can get some ideas, enlightenment, and then they have inspirations about how if they are taught by another lectures, so that they have the idea, and hopefully in the end of the day they are motivated to further pursue the study to overseas, particularly to UUM, inshallah.
Yeah. Come join us.
And maybe last but not least, hopefully the pandemic will be over soon as possible, so all of us can physically move and also visited your university again. And the way around, also you are most invited to come to UMY to conduct some academic collaboration.
Yeah, sure, inshallah.
Okay, with that, dear sisters and brothers, before we end the discussion, could you please turn on the camera? So I will conduct just a short photo together with Dr. Marina. Please set the camera on. And I will just count 1, 2, 3, and then we have a short photo session with Dr. Marina. Okay, Brother Rafif, are you still there? Sister Rosa? Brother Ilham, and our other students. If you are still there, Nita, you can turn on the camera, doesn't matter. Okay, okay, Nita, Rosa, Ilham, Sister Siti, Hernanda, Faisal. Okay, Hernanda, are you still there? Rosa? Afifa? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. No sound, but I have already taken it. Okay. Okay, Dr. Marina, thank you very much again for your time.
Thank you also, Dr. Dimas, for this.
See you again next time. And with that, let me close our session by reciting Hamdalah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.